1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
I got a question for you. If you and your spouse are in a cold winter forest and there is a bonfire separating both of you, you both have a stack of wood behind you, but you don't see your spouse putting wood in the fire, are you going to stop putting wood in the fire? Now, some of you may say, Jimmy, that's crazy, man. Yeah, I'm going to keep putting wood in the fire, because if I don't put wood in the fire, we both going to be cold. So yeah, I'm going to keep putting it in. Some of you say, I ain't putting nothing in. Why? Because I didn't see them put anything in. That is the problem. You are basing your actions off of your spouse. You can't do that and have a harmonious, successful relationship simply because your partner's not going to bring 100% every day. And here's the other thing. You're not going to see everything your spouse does because your emotional perception of them is so small and narrow because you are only seeing what the painful experience causes you to see, not the big picture.
So many relationships lack the big picture. The fancy intellectual word is nuance, context. Many broken people can only see in two colors, black and white. Hey, unconditional reciprocity. If love is unconditional, reciprocity, which is a crucial ingredient to healthy love. See, you don't know what healthy is. Healthy, heal, whole. All of these words come from the same etymological root. And when something is healthy, it is whole. Many of us are coming from a fragmented, broken, dysfunctional space. So that which is broken, that which is fragmented, is always in need. Wholeness is complete. That's why you don't understand the wholeness of unconditional love. Right? You're not going to be disappointed if you tap into unconditional reciprocity and you give out of wholeness. Right? That's different than the white knight who gives out of validation. I need somebody to save so I can feel better about what I'm ignoring internally. Right? You guys got the White Knight book, right? The 5 different types of white knights. You guys got that book, right? Yeah. You're not giving out of insecurity. It's not performance. I'm giving just because. Back to Krishnamurti. I love you and I don't want a thing. Have you ever dated someone that was like that? Or have you ever been at that space? You want to be given to because you're lacking something. Now, I know people don't want to hear it. Oh, maybe it's social custom. Maybe it's the right thing to do. Right? Our brains, association making machines, pattern recognizing machines, right? So we live in a society that says, if I give, you give, right? But what if you transcend the pattern and you give because you are, in fact, a giver? You love because you are, in fact, love. You forgive because you are, in fact, forgiveness. I'm not talking about the toxic stuff. I'm not saying, yeah, forgive the person who always beats you. That's not what I'm saying. See, a lot of these high-level spiritual concepts have been brought down to the perspective of the unhealed. That's why we don't fully understand them. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? These are high-level spiritual concepts. The law of unforced reciprocity, a sacred excavation of relational consciousness, an ontological mandala by Zoe Williams, a clinical mystic. How about that? What if the ways we relate do not arise from love, but from habit, hunger, and historical hallucination? What we call intimacy may in fact be ritualized choreography of unhealed wounding. Beneath the perfumed script of romance, beneath the therapeutic mantras of boundaries and bids for connection, there lies a far stranger truth. Most relationships function as mutual disguises, fragile compacts built not on truth, but on trauma management. The law of unforced reciprocity. That what we send out returns amplified, exposes a terrifying and liberating premise. Every unconscious expectation, every covert contract, every unspoken score we keep in the ledger of intimacy and love inevitably rebounds. Not as punishment, but as a mirrored curriculum. That's the relationship dismount, guys. My 2015 book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. Relationship is your spiritual, psycho-spiritual curriculum from an epigenetic space. This is why the book that followed it was the holographic. Why? Hollow, whole writing, holographic. Your whole story is written all over you, irrespective of the mask you wear. Relationships are designed spiritually to push you towards individuation, not isolation. Do you see? Like I said, not as a punishment, but as a mirrored curriculum. We do not relate to receive. We relate to reflect. This is not metaphysics as an abstraction, but trauma theory as cosmology, informed by Babette Rothschild's nervous system literacy, Krishnamurti's deconstruction of psychological authority, and Dr. David R. Hawking's spiritual calibrations of consciousness. We begin to see that reciprocity can only be unforced when the self offering it is no longer performing from compulsion. In most unions, reciprocity is stillborn because it's not truly reciprocity. It is barter dressed in virtue, an exchange driven by subconscious scarcity, veiled dependency, and the adaptive strategies of survival archetypes. Take the classic giver. This archetype often emerges not from wholeness, but from early conditioning, rewarded for self-erasure, punished for assertion. According to Emily Harper's insight into avoidant dynamics, this overfunctioning becomes a preemptive strike against abandonment. I'm giving to not be abandoned. I'm giving to not be left. I was left early on. So giving becomes an intimate insurance policy. Man, the overgiver doesn't give to give. They give to stay safe. Thus, the act of giving becomes relational theater. The receiver becomes the unwitting castmate in a drama written long before they arrived. Do you understand? Do you understand? it's important, guys, that we understand the spiritual nature of relationship. I have so many callers on the line. I want to get them in here. So I'm going to preempt this lesson and get my callers in. My callers need to share their thoughts. We've got John from Mountain View, Hawaii. John, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
I will take wounded or trauma wounded management for 500, Joe.
Oh, we do a relationship Jeopardy? Let's make it a topic.
Come on, dog.
Talk to me, bro.
First off, you're gonna stop all this flouncing now that you done got syndicated on this radio show.
Flouncing. What's up with all the flouncing? We don't do flouncing around here.
Shout out to Sarah, man.
Yeah,
she was
man.
burning you this morning.
This was wonderful, man. Flouncing is the new word. No more flouncing.
Oh my goodness! But anyway, let's get into this topic. In the diaspora of your mind, since apparently most of us stay there anyway, what conversations are you having with yourself? Your relationships are based on that very same conversation. So why in the world are you not having deeper conversations?
Because the deeper you go, the more it may hurt.
And the more you may understand yourself. And all the hell you bring into the relationship.
Keep going, John. Keep cooking.
Well, again, this is a reflection of me having conversations with myself. Again, I read a book, Brene Brown, and she had to the point to where, what is the conversation that you're having? Her husband basically said that to her. And you was trying to shame study in the midst of this, and you found the right subject. Ooh, Lord. But nonetheless, let's delve in deeply to that conversation. Because, again, let somebody say something outside of you that is good or bad for you. What conversation do you normally have with yourself to answer back to that statement that was made to you?
But again, when people are hit with those kind of questions, John, the first reaction for most people who haven't gone inside is to deflect, defend, recoil, avoid. You understand what I'm saying? That is the natural response.
That's why we chose trauma wounding management as the question.
I love it, brother.
That's why we chose it. We get it. I get it. I totally understand you on the point of deflecting and trying to understand it in a different way to not shame yourself. But again, back to that spiritual, who was it? David R. Hawkins' book, and shame, which again is the lowest point of it.
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, there's still growth because you're not dead. So don't be ashamed of the shame you may have to feel. Just sit in it.
Wait. Hold on. Don't be ashamed of the shame that you might have to feel. Man, hey, where them keys? Where the church at? Let the church say amen. Don't be ashamed of the shame you might have to feel in order to heal. That's good work, brother. That's good work.
But that's the work that needs to be done. Again, what conversation are you really having?
No, hey, the conversation is, I want to travel. I want to do something that keeps me stimulated, keeps my mind on something else.
But Zoe, you got to be able to afford
it. But no, hear what I'm saying.
You got to be able to afford it. It takes time for you to understand the time frame that it takes to put in the work to get those personal days off. You got to put in the money. The doggone put that thing together. You got to have a certain plan of the place, the destination, where you're going to rest your head, where you're going to eat, and all those other things.
Let me tell you something.
But this is the conversation you have when you travel, right?
But wait, let me tell you something. There's so many people out here that are traveling to avoid self-work. That's why I brought it up. People listen.
Let me.
People
in
would.
the immortal words of the Far Side, you can't keep running away.
That's the point I'm trying to make. You got people that'll get on a plane as opposed to elevate to a higher plane. Do you see?
But you got on the plane with turbulence.
And turbulence is
and
better.
And you didn't realize you brought it.
Turbulence is better. I'd rather have the plane in turbulence than my spirit in turbulence. That's a lot of people.
KT running away. KT running away. KT running away.
Hey, I love this back and forth. This is wonderful. Hey, my brother, Pastor John from the Big Island. Guess what you just did?
Mountain View's in the house. Blessings to all.
Mountain View is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580 when we come forward. Come on now. We going to the great state of Texas. You heard what they said. Don't mess with Texas.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah. At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
times again I testify for you. I told I like you, that I do it all that I'm around, you scared to do. I'm not, long as you joking now in for me, I ain't got it. My bitch scheming, looting, hide your bodies. Long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I don't got nobody just with you right now. Tell the truth, I look better under you. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can us lose and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. I can't just snooze and miss the moment. You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. You do. In the drop top ride with you, I feel like Scarface. Like that white with the bob, I be your main one.
So many people miss the mark. This video is not about reciprocity. The video was about the energy of entitlement versus giving for the sake of giving. Ooh. My partner gives to me because he wants to, because it makes him feel good, not because he's going to get something in return. But of course, reciprocity is needed in a healthy relationship. So let's talk about it. There are actually 3 levels of reciprocity. There's negative reciprocity. This is where you give minimally, but expect something of greater value in return. You give a paycheck and you expect a maid, a nanny, a therapist, a sex slave, and a receptionist. Obviously, it's not equitable, and so there's no place for that in a healthy relationship. Then there's balanced reciprocity, where you give something and have a specific expectation of something equivalent being returned. For example, I planned a romantic date night this week, you plan one next week, we match the energy. But it's operating from an expectation of a specific gesture. Then there's generalized reciprocity. And this is altruistic giving. This is giving freely without expectation of something specific in return. You give what you want when you want, and your partner does the same thing. It's not measured or valued. A lot of people have a really hard time wrapping their head around how this can work in a relationship because they've only experienced negative reciprocity. And so now they live in fear that the same thing is going to happen again. So they adopt a balanced reciprocity mindset. But balanced reciprocity is still transactional because the value of the giving and receiving is being measured. My partner gives me lots of tangible things. Last week I had a bad day, so he took the day off work. He drove 45 minutes to my house. He showed up with flowers in one hand and lunch in the other. And he just gave me a hug. He has our whole summer booked of events for us to do together that he not only planned, but he paid for. And every time he comes to my house, he shows up with something. I don't expect him to do these things. He does them because he wants to. None of these things actually matter to me. The one thing that he gives me that is better than all of those things combined is an emotionally safe space. I can share my thoughts and feelings, and I'm not told I'm overreacting, or I'm crazy, or I'm ridiculous. He seeks understanding in how I perceive the world. And because of that,
come on, man. Nothing but fire up in here. The voice of reason is always on fire. Live in studio. This is a live show, terrestrial radio. You know what it is. Talk radio, black talk radio. Listen, what is this? The only black-owned station west of the Mississippi? Come on, Tavis Smiley is cooking up. He's cooking up. Listen, 4 years old, Juneteenth. You know how we do. I'm on fire tonight because many people have misunderstood the purpose of relationships. They think it's about getting. And people disagree with me. I got clinicians who disagree with me. I have, people in regular folk disagree. I say, listen, you could erase the majority of your needs if you start on the path of individuation. You'll find that the majority of your needs probably come from your early childhood experiences. What you didn't get becomes a relationship expectation. I wasn't touched. Well, guess what? My love language is touch. I didn't get nothing. Well, my love language is receiving gifts. I loved it when, I always mention this, Dr. Shoshana Johnson, one of my favorite people on planet Earth, man. She mentioned that. I was like, there it is. Because I've read that book 85 times. And I said, something is missing. And she put it in context. Many people who demand, my love language is this. Listen. When you heal, you need less. Psychology is going to get there at some point, because remember, psychology was born out of philosophy. Philosophy is born out of metaphysics and spirituality. It's going to come full circle at some point, maybe 5, 10, 20 years from now. It's going to come full circle that needs are only your responsibility. I'm sorry. Individuation will probably let me take it a step higher. Relationships are designed to show you what you need to work on, right? You claim what you need to work on internally. You claim it. This is mine. This is my work. It's not my partner's work. You'll find that many of your needs come from unhealed wounds. Not all of them, but many of them do. This is why we place such an importance, such a premium on how people show up for us. We haven't been educated on how to show up for ourselves. We haven't been educated on the process of self-wars. Self-wars, yes. Confronting. This is the war. This is what the art of war is really about. Because what is the highest form of war? To not have to fight one. Even the great Bruce Lee said that, right? To not have to fight. See, we tend to fight our partner because our partner represents this opportunity to get what our wounds need. But guess what? If you go inside and you confront yourself with the highest form of war, which is to not fight, this is how you heal wounds. You embrace them empathetically without judgment. That is the art of winning a war without having to go to war. So although I am classifying it as self-wars, right? It only becomes a real war and a battle in a relationship when you continue to suppress the work and then continue to impress upon your partner their duty to fulfill your needs. Now, according to Dr. David R. Hawkins, his consciousness grid, the lowest level of consciousness is shame, despising, miserable, humiliation, elimination. That's shame. Calibrates at 20. Next up, guilt, vindictive, evil, blame, destruction. Next up, right, apathy, condemning, hopelessness, right, despair, abdication. That's at 50. When I come forward, I'm going to give you the rest, and we're going to show how these lower levels of consciousness are integrated into your reciprocity.
When I'm with you, how can I snooze and miss the moment? You just too boy. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment?
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries says President Trump broke his promise to keep the U.S. out of foreign wars by launching an attack on Iran without congressional approval. The New York Democrat says the strike goes against the Constitution and bypassed diplomatic options that were still on the table. While he agrees Iran must not obtain nuclear weapons, Jeffries says the administration failed to pursue peaceful solutions. Jocelyn Savage, who claims she and R. Kelly are engaged, is denying claims from her parents that she's brainwashed or being controlled. In a new video, she says she's been with Kelly for 10 years, proposed to him 3 years ago, and still hopes for his release. And Black Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is warning about masked men posing as immigration agents. A viral video shows them pepper spraying and forcing a man into an unmarked car in Santa Ana. Officials have not confirmed if they were real agents, raising fears of impersonation and possible crimes. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent, and the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. My privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at WalkGoodLA. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
got it, it ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no room for guessing. No more than emotionally invested. Showing you all my imperfections. Oh, if I let you, don't take me for granted. Yeah. If I were to, then you could manage, yeah. Open with me, oh, we could be honest. Closer to me, oh, giving me solace. Promise that you won't let me fall. Holding me tight, loving me right, giving me life all night. You could be telling me lies, making me cry, wasting my time the whole time. So just be careful what you take for granted, yeah. Cause with me, no, you could do damage. You could do damage. You do damage, yeah. Worry about it, I'm putting pressure.
I think that all men, especially high-value men, are already in a transactional relationship in some regard, and that's not a bad thing. That's natural human nature. And the point I'm trying to make is that if you're a truly high-status male, truly, if you're a billionaire with a yacht and you have 10 girls on that boat, the woman who's in love with you is going to let you 9 other women in front of her because she gets to be on a billionaire's yacht. She gets to go to private islands. She gets to not have to work. She gets to run around on jet skis and take Instagram pictures. So to some degree, are you not paying her for her compliance? To some degree, are you not rewarding her for her being in a situation that she's not completely happy with?
What in the world? We've got voices from all over the world chiming in. Yikes. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason on KBLA. We're over the edge now. But back to Dr. David R. Hawking's consciousness grid. I think we left off on apathy. Right? Imagine trying to engage in reciprocity. It will always be transactional at these lower levels of consciousness. Shame, guilt, apathy. Grief is next at 75. What is disdainful, tragic, regret, despondency? Fear is where Dr. David R. Hawking said 99% of the population of planet Earth vibrates at. Fear. Punitive, frightening, anxiety, withdrawal, right? Anxiety and withdrawal. So you have AP, anxious, preoccupied, and you have withdrawal, avoidant, all within fear. For the anxious, preoccupied, the anxiety comes from perceived abandonment. The withdrawal comes from the avoidant, from the perceived smothering of closeness, of intimacy, fear of intimacy. Imagine trying to engage in reciprocity, right, from these levels of consciousness. And now, look at desire. Desire, it calibrates higher than fear at 125. In desire, there's denying. There's disappointing, right? What you gave me didn't match my desire. There's craving, and there's enslavement, right? Look at the consciousness levels. How does reciprocity really work at these lower levels of consciousness? And then we have pride. Indifferent, demanding, scorn, inflation. That's narcissistic. Do you see? These are low levels of consciousness. And I'm asking you guys. You think, oh, well, any healthy relationship needs reciprocity. No, any healthy relationship actually needs individuation. No individuation, all of these spiritual concepts like reciprocity, forgiveness, unconditional love, empathy, presence, all of this stuff is not going to matter. It's just not going to matter. You're not healed enough to wield spiritual tools, right, that cultivate intimacy. E Prime in general semantics, we're going to bring Alfred Korzybski into this. Demand, we challenge even our verbs. Rather than saying, I am loving, might we ask, what behaviors do I associate with love? Do they emerge from present awareness or past adaptations? Such linguistic humility, right, opens ontological spaciousness, right? We stop assuming. We start perceiving. The only reason why we assume is because we lack perception, right? Do you hear what I'm saying? Let me get these callers in here. My niece is on the line. You already know what it is. Attila from Houston, Texas. What are your thoughts on this first episode in a series of spiritually based relationship topics?
Yo.
What up? What's happening?
So, just listening to y'all smolder over the fire and stuff. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
So there's one thing I want to add to this. Something that's come to me recently from reflecting on my people-pleasing adventures, I guess you would say. Another reason why we give like selectively to reveal a little bit, but you still remain hidden.
Ooh.
Because, you see what I'm saying? Because, like, I think, especially when you have suffered abuse, you're more likely to please, discard, or avoid people depending upon the situation and how it's advantageous to you, right? So it's really just self-preservation disguised as like a Martha spirit, like Martha from the Bible. She was complaining about Mary, like, why isn't Mary doing this? Why am I the only one cleaning up? And Jesus was like, ma'am, who told you to do all that? Like that, you know what it reminds me of? That's like the granny or the auntie at the cookout that's always complaining about how people never help her. And you'd be like, ma'am, I asked to help you like 3 times before you came in here. But you get what I'm saying? Like there's always that one family member that's like complaining about how much work they have to do, not understanding that that is the role that they have chosen and designated themselves in, because there's a certain power in being able to remain hidden, right? Number one, I can keep control, right? Because essentially I'm hoping that you intuit my value based on what I'm doing, based on the result of whatever emotion I can basically conjure up in you, or however it is you feel based on the action or the help I provided to you. That's a form of control. Witchcraft, if you really want to go there.
Ooh.
Another thing, I'm just saying. Another thing is the values, right? The values for someone who's transactionally minded are different from a person who's like moving authentically. So to me, like when I think about family members or even myself in the past, like you honor a person's performance, but you resent their presence. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like,
wait, hold on, slow it down. I need the keys. I need the organs, Lord. We got a deaconess. Wait a minute. You honor their performance, but you resent their presence?
Yes.
Wow. Say more about that.
Yes, because, again, like I said, a person being able to perform or do things for other people to create a certain environment, not based on who they are, but because of what they've done, right? That is a way to hide. I don't have to reveal who I am. I just have to show up a certain way. And if I'm transactionally minded, as long as it looks good, I wouldn't be the wiser because I'm not looking deeper than that. I'm remaining surface level. And so I think the reason why that they resent the presence of people is ultimately because I think deep down inside you know that you can only go so long with that type of mentality and with that type of way of being, really. Like, eventually it wears on you, so you do start to resent people and feel some type of way.
Wow.
And the last thing is the outcome that comes from this way of being is that you make reciprocity your ritual, right? And so that allows you essentially to make it seem as if you're doing more than what you are. You're performing, in a sense, like a healing on people because they also are transactional. They agree with your way of being. So they're looking at what you're doing. And like I said, there's a certain pedestal, honor, and control you can basically derive from putting yourself in that position as the helper, as the doer, as the person who's like the go-to person, right? And then the last thing, they can garner moralistic supply. And this allows them to occupy a throne, a position, a place of power that they don't deserve to sit in. So that's it.
She my niece, y'all. Oh, God. Oh, sweet Jesus, help me kill Django. Hey, they gonna kill you, Django. You out here, girl. Hey, guess what my niece just did? What did you just do, niece?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the house. When we come forward, you know we got to come to Los Angeles. You already know what it is.
Is it good to you? Good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hey, it's Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. Are you tired of stains stealing your shine? California Cleaners is where you go to rescue your wardrobe. They don't just clean, they elevate. Hand washing, crisp laundry, and precise alterations, all while keeping your wallet happy. Listen, all you gotta do is connect with them in the beautiful city of Inglewood. Whether it's grass-stained jeans, silk that's seen better days, or a hemline emergency before date night, you're on deck with California Cleaners, located at 1326 North La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PUSH to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PUSH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PUSH for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare, and I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-857-8866. 800-857-8866. 800-857-8866.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't know when my nights became so complicated. Can't recall my mornings, everything is faded. Maybe this is called my definition of jaded. This stays on my mind. This stays on my mind. Trying to put a muzzle on my crazy feelings. 1 minute I'm cool and then the next I'm tripping. No, with somebody new, I swear she don't deserve it. It's still on my mind. She's still on my mind. Did we build it up, just to let it wash away? Tell me, did I lace you up, just to watch you run away? Please tell me who's getting on my love, who's getting on my love? Tell me who's getting on my time? All of that used to be mine. Oh, who did you teach what I taught you? Better not give her my nickname. I don't like thinking about it.
Loving like the sun also means loving abundantly. Love doesn't keep score or worry that it's being cheated or being taken advantage of. Even if someone were to use or to steal some of the sun's light, how is the sun possibly diminished? Remember, love is not transactional, which makes it unconditional. Our time, energy, and money might be limited, but love is not. In fact, it's actually possible to tap into the source of love and experience it like the sun as a functionally inexhaustible resource. There is no scarcity here because love is abundant and inexhaustible. Loving like the sun also means...
Hey, sometimes Dr. Orion Taraban, he rubs us all wrong. Sometimes he can be sideways. But I agree 100%. You lack capacity because you're not individuated. That's the result. All of this stuff, man, is psycho-spiritual, man. And he just told you, love is unconditional. Your wounds have conditions. I know. Conditions are normal and people should... Okay, yeah. All right, I get it. We live in a toxic society. It is no measure of health to be well adjusted into a toxic society, and this is who we've become. And we've misused relationship as a result. JW, South Central Los Angeles is in the building. Yeah, you already know we up against the clock, so tell me, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic, my friend?
Hey, my brother, yeah, I know time is short. So first of all, first things first, I'm going to give you your roses right now, man. I'm going to bear witness that you are blessed and highly favored in spite of yourself, just like myself, and I probably say everybody else that woke up to see the light of day. Mm-hmm. That's the first blessing of the day, to wake up. But here's my point. Your mindset, your attitude, your intelligence, your critical thinking, your subject matters, man, they are truly connected to the will of God. Because, see, you make me stop in the middle of doing something contrary to what your subject matter or whatever you're doing. And, brother, I stand up and pay attention. And it reminds me when I was out there in the world, I would say, even in the midst of sin, I'm going to let my light shine. And that's real talk. That's real talk. Now, I know time is short. Was that person that called, that was the first time he called, talking about his wife, he triggered me to call in because, see, it was some similarities. I hope maybe in the future with your niece, because she was on fire.
Yes.
She broke it down in detail like she normally does, because that's how she gets down. But anyway, she was really cooking. Mm-hmm. And I hope in the future, him and I, maybe we can just devote a show just on him and I, and we can just really get down and break it on down, bro. And by the way, I talked to my cousin. Mm-hmm. I said that I have a degree in psychology. She's going to do her intern at Yale, and she's going to get a clinician for me, or whatever you want to call it, therapist. In my area, she's going to do some research, so I'm already in process, my brother. And here's the final thing. Mm-hmm. No matter where you go, I don't care if you travel, like John from West View, Hawaii. no matter where you travel, you got to take your luggage with you, which is your brain, and sometimes your mind can be your own worst enemy. That's why you got to be around people, because you can't stand to be by yourself.
Hey, what did JW just do, man? What did you just do, Jay?
Hey, bro, I brought South Central LA into his house.
Into the
that part right there.
His house, man. Come on, LA. I love it, man. I appreciate the call. Thank you, my brother. Now,
yes, sir.
Let me just say, man. Hey, Andy, really quickly. You know I say this. I know I speak very declaratively and definitively. I know. But I end every show and I say I'm not right about any of this stuff. Okay? I just want to start the conversation. I want us to investigate the conversation. But trust me, these conversations are needed. Really quickly, Andy, what are the other songs we had on that playlist? They're gone? Oh, man, because we had some songs. We played all of them? Man, that was a fire playlist. And if you're not familiar with what I do here at The Voice of Reason, just understand. My playlist is my co-host. And I think the co-host was really good tonight. I think it created a vibe. I think, the subject matter. And these are records that are beyond my generation. My daughter plays a lot of this stuff. So, even in the chat, people were like, oh, I know why you played that song. That's a toxic record, or this is that. But here's the thing, man. I try to create an environment where the records actually sync up and link up to the topics. And it's interesting that it actually did tonight. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. This is episode 1, okay, of a series where I'm talking about the spiritual aspects of relationships. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1. We talked about unconditioned, unforced reciprocity. Listen, when I come forward, it'll be Tuesday, and I'll have another episode from this incredible series. Stay tuned.
I can smoke already, so pardon my bluntness. I see past pretty faces, so I got trouble trusting.